Most residents were seen going to their various places of work and businesses that had resumed, while other people were just going about with no particular reason. We missed moving around and we were tired of spending the day sleeping at home. I went to Kibagabaga and came back, and I have now come back to the market. Moving around is definitely different than when we were staying at home. We are glad that the lockdown has been lifted. There are some people, though, who have criticized this behavior. This is disobedience to the authorities and to the prevention guidelines put in place. It's evident that the pandemic is a serious problem to the world and to our country too. For service providers, such as banks and telecommunication service providers, it was a different atmosphere after the lift of the lockdown as well. We are seeking different services, and it is taking so long because of the long queues, and we wish that they could increase the speed at which they are working so we can go on with the day. And for the transport service providers in Kigali, there were less passengers. It's a good thing that the lockdown has been lifted, but we don't have passengers. But we've learned that it's our responsibility to protect ourselves from the pandemic. The Minister for Local Government, Professor Shaka Anastas, says that although some activities have resumed and the lockdown has been lifted in Kigali, residents should be mindful and practice measures to stop the spread of the pandemic. In our workplaces, we should bear in mind that protection is first, because we don't want to go back into lockdown after a month or two because we didn't observe social distancing in markets, in supermarkets, and in bus stations. We need to protect ourselves. The other thing I ask is that simply because the lockdown has been lifted, then we should just leave home anyhow. Let's avoid unnecessary movements. Let's leave home only if we have to. If it's not urgent, then stay at home. The Rwanda National Police spokesperson, CP John Bosco Kabera, says misconduct by people shall be dealt with. After a year now, there's no reason why someone can't wear their face mask properly, wash their hands, or not respect the curfew time, or go to church when it's not allowed, or attend vigils and exceed the required number. Motors that say because they've spent 3 weeks without working, they should then carry 2 or 3 passengers. That's not allowed. The resolutions from the recent cabinet meeting stipulated that new measures would take effect from the 8th of February, including the lifting of the lockdown in Kigali city and some businesses' operations resuming.